And good morning, everyone. It is Monday. Here we go. It is the first day of the week. We are kicking things off, man. It's time to get in the right mindset. You know, some of you might have had a rough weekend. You might have had a rough week. I know one of our members, she had a rough day yesterday, involved in an accident. She is okay, but obviously rattled her. And right now, all of us feel rattled. Everyone feels rattled in this craziness. So all of us, man, all of us need a reset. We need this time to get focused, to get into that Zen state. And how do we do that? How do we do that in this world right now that so many of us, myself included, feel like, man, it is just going off the rails. COVID is just it's the negative gift that keeps on giving, man. Every time we turn around, you know, there's something else about it. You know, my poor mom is down in Florida and she has been alone since February. My mom lives alone, but she has not been able to go out. My mom's older, she's almost 80. And she's got a couple of, you know, minor health concerns, but she's been alone. And it's really starting to weigh on her. And I think for all of us, you know, we're expecting things to get better, and then we add in this civil unrest. We've all been 2020. That's like my new saying. It doesn't, when something goes wrong for the rest of my life, I'm just be like, man, I got 2020 up. So that is the reality. And what is 2020 marked by? It is marked by one singular word: uncertainty. And nobody likes uncertainty. All of us like to plan. We like to look further down the road. We like to, hey, if I put these steps in process, it's going to move the needle. I'm going to move towards my goal and destination. And then suddenly something comes along that knocks us off course. And there's all this uncertainty. Oh my God, am I going to be able to get to my final destination or not? And that's tough. That starts to really weigh on our mind. And man, I've been reading all these reports that 2020 has the highest level of burnout at any time ever recorded. You know, people are just burned out. They are just tired. They're tired of the uncertainty. They're tired of the negativity. They're tired of the division. They're just tired. And I've felt a lot of that. So how do we manage that? Because one of the biggest things within the Overcome Army itself, I've had some people reach out to me and say, Jay, I'm tired, man. I'm burnt out. I'm dealing with this problem and this problem and this problem. And I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm ready to just quit. How many of you have felt that way? I have. So many of us. And, you know, here's the problem with that is we never want to quit. We never just want to quit because the pressure's too great, because we're feeling all this anxiety, because there's uncertainty. That is never the right reason to quit. As a matter of fact, quitting, in my opinion, is stopping for the sheer point of relieving pressure and stress. You know, because sometimes we need to make a different course, and now it becomes perspective. Because there are some people out there that will say, "Oh, well, you know, you were trying to do this, and then you stopped and you went a different direction. You quit." Well, you know, sometimes in business and life, with everything we're doing, sometimes it is a tactical and a very well-educated decision that tells us we need to go in a different direction. And that makes it a good decision. I used to really struggle with this. Coming from the SEAL background, it was like, we never quit anything. And oftentimes I would stay doing something, even to my detriment. I would watch people run to their deaths, not literally, but you know, I would watch people run their business into the ground. They would run their bodies into the ground because they had convinced themselves, oh, I can never quit. I must push beyond. I must burn myself to the ground until I'm nothing but a heap of ashes. Yeah, I got advice for you. That's stupid. So the reality is this, man, you need to be smart. So right now, all of you that are feeling like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I just don't know what to do. I'm so ready to quit. I want to give you a little bit of advice. In the military, we have something called falling back. So if we are in an operation and we are trying to gain ground, we are fighting forward. Sometimes we'll get into a situation where we cannot advance. The strength of the enemy is too great. Whatever the tactics are, whatever is happening is just, it's too powerful in that moment. And we're either losing people, we're losing equipment, we're losing ground, or we're just not making any progress whatsoever. And smart tactical leaders will recognize, hey, maybe we need to fall back. We need to take this pressure off and move back to a more advantageous position so that we can reevaluate before we look at, hey, is this way we were going definitely the way we need to go? Or maybe do we need to change and go in a different direction? And like I told you before, I watch so many people that will be grinding, they're pushing up against that wall and they're literally grinding themselves into nothing. You know, I mean, if you take it from a military perspective, units that are literally sacrificing every single person and every piece of equipment for what? If you're not gaining ground, all you're doing is killing and destroying all your equipment and all of your people. And if it's your business or your life, all you're doing is killing or destroying anything you have gained. For what? That's not smart. So when you're in these situations and you're like, oh my God, I just cannot keep driving forward, I so much want to quit, that's a great time to fall back. And that's where we take a moment and we take a step back. We release that pressure. We disengage. Guys, I cannot encourage you enough to... The news is so negative, social media is so negative. All of you out there want to voice your opinions, you know, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, you know, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. You know what? Disengage from that. Unless you are in a high level political position or unless you, you know, unless there's any of that, I would highly advise you just, you know, right now in this, in uncertainty, you got to take care of you and your immediate circle. And all you're doing when you voice your opinion is you're opening yourself up for more negativity, because right now people are so opinionated. They're going to tell you exactly what they think, and they're either going to agree with you or disagree with you. And those that disagree with you are going to tell you in a very vocal and negative way. So release that pressure, disengage from social media, disengage from some of these problems that you're having, and we're going to take a step back. So we're going to follow the rule of R's when it comes to falling back. It's called the pirate rule, the rule of R's, R. So we're going to fall back, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to relax. Now, this is one of the hardest things because there's all this pressure. We've been feeling that stress. We've been grinding on that wall, on that problem, on that adversity, and then we fall back. We find a point, you know, in the military, we would find a point that we can get behind cover, meaning we're stopped by bullets, we're in a relatively safe position, and we can let people relax, take the stress off, take a break, get some food, drink some water, smoke a cigarette, you know, well, in the military, you know. I don't want you to do that in the Overcome Army. But the bottom line is relax, relieve some of that stress and pressure. Once we've had a few moments to relax, we've removed the negativity, we've got some breathing room, we've had some time to rest and relax, rest and relax. Next thing we want to do, once we finally feel like, hey, you know, I feel like I got a little more energy, I feel like I found some positivity, I got a little hope, a little motivation. Next thing we want to do is we want to reassess. We want to reevaluate and reassess. We want to look at this situation. You know, sometimes when we're grinding up against a hard obstacle that we just feel like there's no way that we can drive forward anymore, I just got nothing left. When we fall back and we look, it gives us a different perspective. And sometimes when we're looking at it, we may say, oh my God, I've just been grinding against this wall. But if I had actually stepped back a couple hundred yards and looked again, you know, right here, I couldn't see it, but holy smokes, 500 yards down, there's actually an opening in this wall. I could just walk down here and walk through it. Easy peasy. But sometimes when we're grinding and we're stressed out and the pressure's on, we don't see that. So reevaluate and reassess. We may see another way to go, or we may see a whole nother way to go. You know what? If we go in this totally opposite direction, we can actually maneuver around and get to where we're going, or we decide, you know, hey, after reevaluating and reassessing, it is not worth the sacrifice we're making. You know, we are losing too many people, too many assets, too many brain cells to continue down this path. So we need to figure out another one. This is where it's really important. You should not run to your death if the way to accomplish it is by like grinding yourself to death. That makes no sense. So the last one, reevaluate, reassess, and then we're going to re-engage. We're going to execute that plan. So we're either going to get back into the fight, we're going to get back to addressing that adversity, that problem, or we're going to move in that different direction. So guys, that is the difference between quitting and falling back. Right now in 2020, this uncertainty is so huge. Remove the negativity, Stop voicing your opinion about every damn thing that's out there. You know, the reality is most people aren't that concerned. The only one who truly are concerned are people that are negative, and they want to give you their negative opinion on why they disagree with you. And all that's going to do is add more levels of stress. There's enough stress in 2020. Focus on moving the needle on the things in your life. Focus on, if you need to, not quitting, but falling back. What are the rule of R's? The rule of R's are we're going to rest and relax. We're gonna reassess and reevaluate, and then we're gonna reengage. That's Monday Muster, guys. I want you to stay strong. This is how we stay off the X. This is how we move the needle. This is how we stay positive. Get out there, crush it this week. Maybe some of you, you're feeling like quitting. Don't quit. Fall back. Follow the rule of R's, and I guarantee you're going to feel better about it. You're going to crush it. You're going to drive forward. You're going to get off that X, and you're going to accomplish amazing things. I know it. All right, guys, much love to all of you. That is Monday Muster for this week. Go crush it.